Hey there friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be showing all of these skins and cosmetics in Marvel Rivals because it is finally out right now. We're also gonna have some other videos that should be up right now, so when you're done with this one, you should go check that out. Now, first things first, I do want to explain the currencies a little bit. The main currency is units. Now, these can be earned for free during special events and stuff, and you can purchase them with lattice, which is what you directly purchase with real life money. Now, the conversion is exactly 100 lattice for 99 cents. So basically $1 is 100 and so on. Now, going up after $20, you will get extra with 180, then 680, and then 1,608 if you go all the way up to the $99 version. Now, we're gonna be starting off with Adam Warlock. First off, his main skin is just like this. I don't know why it says Cloak and Dagger right there. That's not supposed to happen. There we go, it's fixed. But this is just his default appearance. And then we have his other one, which is just a recolor. This is called Cosmic Jade, and it has a little short description. You can purchase this for 600 units or $6. Pretty nice price there. About average, I'd say, for these kind of games. Now, there seems to be about one of these recolors for each character unless they have some sort of special way of getting additional skin. For example, Spider-Man has a PlayStation 5 skin, being the Scarlet Spider one. Magneto has a Twitch drop, and so on. And I'm assuming that that's going to be continued with future characters, but we may get an additional one later on for each of the characters or something as well. Now, we also have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 skin, and obviously that's based off of the film of the same name, and you can get this either in a bundle for 1,800 units, or you can purchase the skin alone for 1,600 units. Now, it is currently on sale, so it would normally be 2,400, but right now it's only 1,800. Now, this not only includes the skin, but it includes this MVP animation right here, straight from the film, as well as this emote, Sovereign Strength, this Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 nameplate, and this spray, which can be used on any wall and also can be equipped to any character, not just Adam Warlock. Now, the MVP animation is exclusive to the skin, I believe. If you go over here, you can see. There you go. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 costume exclusive. It seems like all of the MVP animations right now are exclusive, but maybe future ones won't be. Now, he also has this default emote right here, as well as this default MVP animation. Now, there's also a different type of cosmetic that actually wasn't announced for the game, and that is via the proficiency tab in the hero profile. Basically, you complete certain challenges and you will get some XP for your proficiency. And these are repeatable. You just have to keep doing these until you reach certain levels. There are 5 different levels: Agent, Knight, Captain, Centurion, and Lord. This will unlock all of these different rewards, starting with the Knight reward, which is this spray right here. Then you can change your KO prompt once you reach Captain, which will allow you to have this KO prompt when it shows up on the side of your screen. Then you can have this one once you reach Centurion. And lastly, if you reach Lord, you can have a different avatar in the bottom corner of the screen while playing, which I think is a really cool thing. I don't think I've seen really any other games do this, but I really like that. You can also get the Adam Warlock default nameplate for 150 units. Next, we have Black Panther, and starting off with his default outfit, it looks really good in this game, actually. Definitely one of my favorite Black Panther designs. Then we have the Orisha Blood outfit, which is just a red recolor. Once again, you can get this for 600 units. Then we have the Bast's Chosen costume, which once again looks really good. You can also see that there are physics for the different parts of the outfit on a lot of these, so when you like move the character in game and in this menu, it will have it moving around. You can get the skin itself for 1,400 or 1,600, and when it is not on sale, it'll be 2,200. Now, MCU skin bundles will be 1,800 currently, or 2,400 after the sale is over, while comic-based skins and original skins will be 1,600 and 2,200 when not on sale. Now, in this bundle, you will get the Black Panther's Bast Chosen outfit. You will get the Bast Chosen MVP screen, which is right here. Looks pretty good. Then we have the Natural Impulse emote, the Bast Chosen nameplate, Bast's Chosen spray. Then we have the other skin, which is Galactic Claw. Now, this is from the Battle Pass, and we're gonna go over to the Battle Pass right now. He is on the very first page, and you can claim that pretty easily. Now, this is one of the story skins, kind of, for the game. The Battle Pass currently. This is a shorter pass, so it is cheaper. It's about 500 of the lattice, and you can upgrade it for 560 lattice, and that will give you bonus chrono tokens, 20%. So like throughout the rest of the season, you'll get that much more, as well as 1400 to start off with. And these tokens, what they do is essentially let you pick which rewards you want. So essentially the same as Fortnite. And we're gonna go ahead and click redeem all real quick. We got that Punisher skin, this MVP screen for him. You also get the Galactic Claw nameplate, Galactic Claw spray, and the charged for battle emote. And you also get 100 units that you can use for other stuff. His default emote is just the kind of Wakanda Forever emote right there. Pretty great for a default one. His normal MVP screen is just like this. Now going over to his proficiency tab, first off, you get the spray just like the other characters. Then you can get a purple KO prompt. Also, these are specifically for these characters if that was not clear. Then you get this more dramatic looking purple at Centurion. Then lastly, you get this avatar in the corner. You can also get the normal Black Panther nameplate for 150 lattice. If you want to get the other ones that aren't listed, by the way, you have to go to customize nameplate. There's also some titles which we'll talk about in a little while. Next, we're going to talk about Black Widow. Now, her default skin is just this. Looks pretty great. Honestly, I love the glowing parts. Then we also have the Lethal Toxicity skin, which is just a recolor of the main one. Got some blue, purple, and the blonde hair. Looks really nice, and you'll notice that with the characters that do have weapons, it does change the weapon color and design depending on what you have. Looks pretty good. This is also the 600 units. Then we have the white suit from the Black Widow film, and you'll notice that the gun is different. It's got a different pattern and kind of different design, but the size itself stays the same. But it looks pretty much the exact same as the film. Looks really good in game. You can get this in the bundle or for 1600. You can also get the MVP screen for this skin, which looks really, really cool. Features a lot of snow. Then we have the warm-up emote, Arctic Agent nameplate, and the Arctic Agent spray. And her default emote is just this one right here. Kind of just looks around holding the gun out before going back to her normal stance. Her normal MVP screen is just this one right here. Now for her proficiency tab, going over to that, we get her spray, the red KO prompt, then we get this KO prompt, which looks great, and then you can also get this avatar, and you can also purchase this nameplate as well. Now Hulk is a bit different than other characters because he is kind of 3 separate characters. He by default is Bruce Banner before you use the ability to transform into Hero Hulk, and then his ultimate can transform him into Monster Hulk. Because of this, he has 3 separate designs. And first off, though, we have his other skin, which is the Mighty G-Bomb, which basically makes him Gray Hulk. You'll notice he still has the green for the Gamma belt as well as the eyes. Then we have his monster version, which looks pretty good as well. Now, this skin is 600 just like the other recolors, but the Green Scar skin, this one is a bit more expensive. And it also seems to have this different animation for him, and I'm gonna actually acquire that in a second just to look at it. But first off, the skin itself is 2,000 units, and the bundle is 2,400, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy that real quick. And it seems like once you have him, it will do this animation when you select the Hulk character in the menu, and that is not his MVP screen. There's a separate screen for that, so he gets a whole special menu, which might also be why it is considered a legendary one compared to other characters. But his Bruce Banner outfit is like this. You'll notice the gun is quite a bit different than the normal one. Then you have his monster version, which looks insanely cool and unique. I can definitely get why this one is legendary, as it's got 3 designs and they're all really good, and it has this special animation right here in the background. Then his MVP screen is this, which is super amazing. You'll notice it has a bunch of different Easter eggs in the back with Cap's shield, Mjolnir, and Iron Man's helmet. The normal MVP screen is like this as well. Now his emote for the bundle is the World Breaker emote, which looks insanely good. You'll notice that it's different as well for the different person that activates it, which I think is really interesting. His normal default emote for Banner is this one, and his default banner for Hulk is this one. Then his proficiency reward, we have the spray right here, which you get at night, and his KO prompt, and the upgraded KO prompt, which looks insanely good as well. And then the avatar, which you can unlock as well. For the bundle is actually animated as well, and it is the only one in the game currently that is animated. So it is an epic rarity instead of all of the others, which are just rare. So his bundle is by far the one that has the most special stuff in it. He also has this nameplate, which is just the normal Hulk nameplate, and it is 150 like the others. Next is Captain America. Now, his default outfit, it is a bit different than a lot of you would probably expect, and that is because this Captain America isn't the normal Captain America. This Captain America wasn't found until 2099. As such, he has a different outfit. Now, he has a recolor, which is called Captain AIM America, and this is actually an Easter egg for AIM as well as a skin. This is the same price as all the other recolors, and it is just a yellow and blue version of his normal suit. Next, we have the Captain Gladiator skin, which looks pretty good. You can get this in the bundle or just alone. Other things in the bundle include his MVP screen. Then we have the battered bounced emote, Captain Gladiator nameplate, Captain Gladiator spray. Then we have the Galactic Talon skin, which is also in a bundle and looks really good as well. Really do like these skins a lot. You'll notice that both of his skins include special unique shields, which is something you may not have expected if you played the Avengers game, as they really didn't want to do that in that game for some reason. But you can get this in the bundle. It is 1,400 for the skin or 1,600 for the bundle, or that'll change once it's not on sale. But his MVP screen in this bundle is this. Looks pretty great. Then we have the equipped for battle emote, where he kind of stretches a little bit. Then we have the Galactic Talon nameplate and the Galactic Talon spray. Now his normal MVP screen is just this, which looks pretty great. His normal emote is just this one. Here's the default Captain America nameplate as well. And for his proficiency menu, we have the spray, KO prompt, other KO prompt, which actually adds in a bit of red onto it, and his avatar right here. Next, we have Cloak and Dagger. Once again, a very interesting character for the game because it is two characters as one. Now, the default outfit for both of them, right here, looks pretty great. Now, their other outfit is called Lemon and Lime. Bit different, got yellow for her and green for him. Pretty unique looking. Their other skin is called Growth and Decay. She obviously is growth while he is decay, based off of the design obviously. But you can get this alone, 1,400 units, or the bundle for 1,600. I'm not gonna keep saying that, I'm just gonna let you read the screen. EP screen for this one is this. Looks pretty great. Then we have the emote for her. And the emote for him looks like this. Pretty much the same thing, but a bit different. Then the nameplate and the spray. The normal MVP screen is just this. The normal emote for her is the bow. Normal emote for him is pulling up this little orb of energy, and their proficiency screen is, and for their proficiency we have the spray, which includes both of them, then the KO prompt and the other KO prompt, which includes little daggers being thrown as well as kind of the dark energy. Now, since the avatar changes depending on who you currently are playing as, it'll show this one when you're playing as her and the other one for him, and that's the same thing for this, but it only really shows the Dagger one big. You can only barely see what the Cloak one looks like. And here is the Cloak and Dagger default nameplate. Next is Doctor Strange. Now his default outfit is pretty good looking. I will say I would have liked to have seen blue instead of the like black that they chose, but it still looks really good overall. His recolor is called Master of Black Magic, and it's got a lot more blue and a bit of orange in the design. Looks pretty great. Then we have his first skin, which is Sorcerer Supreme of the Galaxy. And this, of course, once again, is in a bundle. All of the normal skins can be gotten in a bundle, while the recolors will be completely separate only, at least currently. Now, his MVP screen for this skin bundle is this. Bit of a special thing there. And there you go. Next, his emote for this is called Singular Wonder. Pulls up some tea. Takes a little sip. His nameplate right here, and the spray. Next, we have the God of Magic skin, which is in the new Battle Pass for Season 0. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but the Battle Passes you will be able to use after they are over. So, you can click on this little screen up here, and I'm assuming that you will be able to select your battle passes from this. Now, this is on the second page of the battle pass, and you will get the God of Magic skin, which looks really good. Really like the glowing effects, as always, with these skins. Then we have the God of Magic nameplate, the God of Magic MVP screen, the God of Magic spray, and the Power of Yggdrasil emote. Looks pretty cool. Open a little third eye there. His default MVP screen is this. His default emote is this. His proficiency rewards include his spray, the KO prompt, the special KO prompt, which includes his kind of projectile going across there, and his other avatar right there. And we have the Doctor Strange default nameplate as well, which can be purchased once again. Next up is Groot, one of my personal favorites for the game. His default costume looks pretty great. I really do love the design for the game. Then we have the AB's algae design, which also looks pretty cool. Really like the different aesthetic that they go for with this one. And you can see even like the mushrooms growing on him have a kind of different coloring for them. Then we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 skin, and this is a bit different because you can get it in both a normal bundle, which includes just his stuff, like the MVP screen he has, which is based off of the ending for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which also the skin is based off the ending, not the main design for the film. Then we have the Awesome Dance, there you go, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 nameplate for Groot, and the Guardians of the Galaxy spray for Groot. Now, not only can you get him from that, you can also get this bundle, which includes all 4 of the Guardians that are in the game from the film: Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, and Mantis, and I'll show the rest of their stuff when I get to those characters. But you can get this for pretty cheap. It is only 4,800 units, I believe. Not 1000% sure on the price because I already got it and I don't remember, and his default MVP screen looks like this. Pretty great. His default emote is this. Bit of a confusion. His proficiency screen includes his spray, the KO prompt, and the other KO prompt has these roots kind of flying across, which look really cool. His avatar right here, and his default nameplate right there. Next is Hawkeye, one of our new characters. First off, we have his default look, which I really love. It does kind of take in some elements of Ronin, which I do think we're going to get a Ronin skin soon, just based off of his ability names. But we also have his recolor, which is called Tiger's Eye, which is for now a substitute for Ronin until we get the actual Ronin skin that I'm sure we will get later on. Next, we have the Freefall skin, and looks pretty great. You'll notice also his weapon colors do in fact change, like I mentioned with one of the others. Once again, this can be gotten in a bundle or separately. His MVP screen for this skin is this. Sliding down the building, and there you go. Then we have the emote Trick Spin, the Freefall nameplate, and the Freefall spray. I do think that they went a little too short on the side of the hair here, but it's fine. It still looks really good, so let it slide. Then we have the Galactic Fangs outfit, which looks so freaking good. It looks very similar to the Stark Tech suit from the Avengers game, but you'll notice that it also has some Black Panther logos right there, because this is from the Imperial Protocol set of outfits. And once again, this is in a bundle. The MVP screen is this, kind of dodging some bullets and then deflecting one. Then we have the Fruit Ronin, where he cuts up a pineapple and then catches it. His Galactic Fangs nameplate, and the spray, which looks pretty cool. His normal default MVP screen is this one right here. Looks pretty cool. His default emote, he just kind of inspects an arrow. His proficiency screen with the spray, KO prompt, and the other KO prompt, which includes some arrows you can kind of see, and the special avatar. Next up, we have Hela. Her default outfit looks pretty good. Bit of a combination of a few different designs, I believe. The cape itself, though, looks so amazing, such a great concept. Her alternate color is the red version, which is called Ultimate. It's from the Ultimatum version. Pretty good. It's just essentially a color swap, but you'll notice that also the eyes are a bit different with a bit of yellow in them. Then we have the Goddess of Death outfit, which is based off of her first appearance outfit, I believe, but it's definitely been changed quite a bit. It also has a MVP screen, which includes the Raising of the Dead. Pretty cool. Then the Soul Servants emote, Goddess of Death nameplate, and spray. Now, she also has a skin in the Battle Pass called Empress of the Cosmos. We're gonna go over to that real quick. This is on the third screen and looks pretty good. Very majestic, I'd say. This is probably one of the most unique looking skins we have in the game so far. You'll notice you kind of have a bit of the galaxy in the skin itself. Then we have its emote, which is called Pocket Galaxies, Empress of the Cosmos spray, nameplate, and the MVP screen right here. And as you can see, once again, the outfit changes the weapon as well. Her default MVP screen includes the crows. Her normal emote is that, and her default nameplate right here. Her proficiency screen has the spray, the KO prompt, the other KO prompt, which includes the crows flying across, and her avatar includes some crows as well. Then we have Iron Fist, starting off with his default outfit, not Hela, Iron Fist, there we go. Don't love this design. I think it should have been completely green, but I will say it looks less blue in the actual game itself. It kind of has a bluish green, which does make it better in my opinion than when I first saw it, but looks pretty good. Then we have the Recolor Martial Arts Savant, which is, I don't think it looks very good, but moving on to the main skin is Swordmaster, which is based off of his original identity, which I think is pretty cool. It looks really nice. Going to his bundle real quick, this is his victory screen for it. As you can see, it includes the shards of his sword reforming, because that's why he became Iron Fist, kind of, is because sword got broken. But then we have his emote, a little puzzle box he dismantles, it looks like. Then his Swordmaster nameplate and spray. His default MVP screen is this one right here. Pretty cool. Then his default emote is just kind of his crossing of the arms. His proficiency screen, which has his spray, his KO prompt, which looks pretty cool, and his other one includes some dragons, and his avatar right here, and his default nameplate is this. Moving on to Iron Man, which is going to be one of the fan favorites. His default outfit is this, which looks really good. I really do like the design. It's pretty unique, just because of the chest itself. It is the triangle design, but it's very large compared to the normal triangle design. And he does have a recolor. It's currently not available, but it will be available via a code. And it is this black design, which is from the comics, but it of course is just the color from the comics, not the actual full armor, as it is just a recolor. But you can get this for free, and a special code will be announced on Twitter and stuff, and I'll make sure to share that as well. Then we have his superior Iron Man armor, which looks really, really good as well. Just really great design all around. But it also has this MVP screen, Be Superior. Looks really cool. His default MVP screen right there. His normal emote right here. His playing human emote, which is absolutely amazing. I really love that. And it's also a great reference to a quote that he says as Superior Iron Man, where he basically says, I'm not playing God here. All this time I've been playing human, which I think is just a really, really amazing quote. And then we have the Superior Iron Man spray, which includes part of his face being shown, actually. Going on to his proficiency screen, we have his spray, his KO prompt, his other KO prompt, which I do think it's interesting that they chose to make it blue, and I believe that that is to kind of be his unibeam, not unibeam, his repulsors. And his avatar is this one. Pretty cool. As for his nameplates, we have the Superior Iron Man one, which looks pretty cool, and it does once again include his face. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some skins that do include Iron Man's face in the game. And his default nameplate is this. Next is Next is everyone's favorite Jeff the Land Shark. His default costume is just, it's Jeff. It looks great. And then his recolor, you'll notice both his blue is changed to gray and his collar is changed to yellow. And this is Adopted Avenger. It's the gray version from West Coast Avengers, which I think looks pretty good. I do prefer the default one just because I like the blue a little bit. But then we have his other skin, which is Incognito Dolphin. Now, this is based off the comics, but it is pretty different from the comics. Once again, this is in a bundle. His MVP screen is this. Pretty cute. Then we have his emote, which includes a volleyball, his Incognito Dolphin nameplate, and his spray, which I love this spray. The spray is pretty great. Next, this is his default MVP screen right here, his default emote, and then his proficiency screen has the spray, the Captain KO, and the final KO, which includes some water being shot, and his avatar, which looks really cool. And his default nameplate is this one right here. Moving on, we have Loki, and his default outfit looks pretty great. And then we have his other one, which is Frost Giant. It's a recolor of the normal one, but it's honestly one of the smartest recolors for any of the characters, I'd say. It makes it have a bit of his lineage in this. But then we have the Loki Season 2 design, which is really great. From the very end of the show, you'll notice his staff is also the world or the multiverse timeline tree, not the world tree. And you can get this in a bundle or separately. His Glorious Purpose MVP screen, which is pretty great. Of course, this is based off the very end of the Season 2. His Constant Gardener emote, to take care of the timeline tree, the Loki Season 2 nameplate, and the Loki Season 2 spray. Next, we have his normal MVP screen, which includes some illusions, his normal emote. Here is his nameplate. Then we have his default spray, KO prompt, and other KO prompt, which looks pretty interesting. It's got a bit of purple there. I'm not really sure why. Oh, I guess he does have a tiny bit of purple in his magic. I never noticed that. And his avatar. Next up is Luna Snow. Going over to her main outfit, it looks pretty good. Then we have this one, which is Minty Beats, a green version of the normal outfit, essentially. Looks pretty great as well. Also, I will say, I do like the ice kind of, arm. I feel like that could very easily be reused for a character like Emma Frost if we ever get her in the game. Then we have the Shining Star skin, which is original for the game. Looks pretty cool, but you're gonna like it a lot more in a second with this MVP screen. Looks pretty great. Then we have her emote for this bundle as well. Oh, she dropped it. Then the Shining Star nameplate and spray. Her default MVP screen is this one. Her default emote is this one. Her spray, her KO prompt, the other KO prompt, which includes some ice shards, and her avatar. Here is her default nameplate. Next up is Magik. Once again, another interesting character because she has two separate designs for her normal form and her demon form. Demon form, normal, looks like this, and her normal one, like that. Now, her recolor is called Amethyst Armor, and it is purple instead of the black, essentially. And you'll notice it also has this pink going to purple blade, and the demon form is the same. Her main skin is Eldritch Armor, though. Looks pretty unique. As you can see, the sword is also very different. And we're gonna go to the actual thing and show you the MVP animation. Summons the sword, the emote, got a little demon there, the Eldritch Armor nameplate and spray, then her main MVP screen, then default emote, then her proficiency screen, her default spray, KO prompt, and the other KO prompt, which has kind of a sword swinging motion looks like, and the avatar. Then her normal nameplate is like this. Next up is Magneto. Starting off with his main skin, you'll notice it's a bit different from your normal designs for Magneto, and you'll also notice a little Easter egg on the back, and also you'll notice a little X-Men logo because he kind of is leading the mutants a little bit. Orm is also kind of leading the mutants. I'm not sure if either of them are said to actually be the leader, but they are both kind of doing it. And as well, also this was made by Wanda, this thing I think, but looks pretty great, I'd say. I know it's not the design a lot of people were expecting, but I really do like it. Then we have the alternate version, which is Uncanny Black Steel, which essentially has this purple black design. Pretty good. Then we have his main skin, Master of Magnetism, and I really like this. I think that the helmet could have been a little bit better in my opinion. I think it goes a little too far in my opinion, but you'll also notice he's shaved for this skin. Pretty nice, and got a different logo on the back as well as the belt. Just a very different skin overall. Of course, this is based off of his classic design. You'll also notice that the back thing is purple now. His MVP screen is this. Makes a giant X, then magnetic steps emote, which is very similar to that one thing from Fortnite, the glider emote. Then his nameplate, as well as the spray. Then his normal MVP screen is this one with the sword. And you'll notice that it looks like this sword is also purple, just like his back part from this skin. Then his default emote is this one, where he kind of just holds that. Then his proficiency screen, we have the spray, the KO prompt, the second KO prompt, which includes some metal pieces flying by, the avatar, and his nameplate. Also, forgot to mention, but Magneto also is the Twitch drop, so he has a kind of pink purpley version of his main skin, as well as a few other things right here. Next up is Mantis, who has 4 different skins. Her main one is this kind of leafy looking design, pretty good looking I'd say overall. Then her other version is this version, which has her be completely green, and that's kind of based off. Mantis has had a lot of different interpretations in the comics. Basically, they constantly changed her for a long time, and it seems like that won't happen anymore because of the movies, but that's why she's like completely green here. Then we have her movie version right here, which has a bit different antennas, and the whole outfit, of course, is very different from her default outfit. Just like I said before with the Groot version, you can get her in the bundle or separately in her own bundle, and this includes the skin, the Power of Empathy MVP screen, right there, Feel Like Dancing emote, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 spray. Her default MVP screen is this one. Her default emote is this. Then we have her Galactic Wings skin, which is in the Battle Pass. It is the 4th page, 4 of 5. There's kind of a 5th page, but it's just this gallery card, which I'll explain what those are at the end of the video. But we have her Galactic Wings skin, which is a legendary skin, and I'll show you why in a minute. But then we have the Celestial Harmony MVP screen. There you go. The Life Energy emote. The Galactic Wings nameplate, which is animated, and the Galactic Wings spray. Now, this is very similar to the Hulk skin because 1, animated nameplate, 2, this is legendary, as is the MVP thing. But if you go over to her skin, if you click on this, it has a special animation, just like with Hulk. And it looks pretty cool. And there you go. And it also includes this special background, just like how Hulk has a special background while in the menu. Then we have the default nameplate for Mantis. Then we have her proficiency screen, the spray, the KO prompt, the other KO prompt, which includes some leaf, and her other avatar. Next up is Moon Knight, one of my personal favorites. We have his default outfit, and there's not a recolor for him yet. I don't know if that's a glitch or if there isn't one in the game yet, or if it'll be through a special event like they're doing for some other characters. I don't know, but this is his default design. I think it looks perfect, honestly. Then we have the Mr. Knight skin, which does have a cape just like the other one. Obviously, though, the cape is a different design. Overall, looks pretty good, I'd say. Included also with this skin is the Mr. Knight MVP screen with this chair. Then we have his Dashing, Daring, Debonair his Mr. Knight nameplate and spray. Then his default MVP screen is this. His default emote is this. Then we have his default spray, which you'll notice that this is a different design than what he actually has in the game, as it has some gold on it. So it looks like originally there would have been gold in the design. Then we have his KO prompt and the second KO prompt, which includes some of his Moonblade, and his avatar is this one, where he's kind of looking up into the sky. I don't know why. And here is his default nameplate. Next up is Namor, not Moon Knight like it says there. Looks pretty great overall. I'd say honestly this is my favorite design honestly for Namor. Then we have the Mauve Submariner, which changes it to all purple essentially. Then we have his skin, which is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Looks pretty great. You can get this in the bundle of course with this MVP screen where he walks out of the water and then flies a bit. Then the emote, which I'm not going to try and pronounce, the nameplate, and the spray. Then we have his default MVP screen where he's on this water whale, his default emote, then his default spray, his KO, his other KO, which includes some water, of course, and the avatar. Then we have his default nameplate. Next up is Peni Parker, and her default design does have two versions, but you don't actually ever really see the pilot of the suit, which is Peni Parker. You only see the actual spider suit, but this is what she looks like with the default, and this is what the spider armor looks like default. Then we have the olive skimmer, which changes it to green, and the Venom costume, which this is available via a bundle, and you can get the bundle for free if you are on PlayStation and have PlayStation Plus. So don't purchase it if you're on PlayStation, just get it for free. And you can see the full bundle right here, the MVP screen, which looks pretty cool. Then we have the Lost Control emote, the Venom nameplate and spray. Her default MVP screen is right here. Her default emote. Then we have her proficiency screen with the spray, the KO prompt, and then the other KO prompt, which includes her projectile and the avatar. Then we have the Peni Parker nameplate. Next is Psylocke, which the default outfit is based off of the Demon Days universe Psylocke, not the traditional Marvel Universe 616 Psylocke. And I really love this design. I honestly think I might like it more than the normal version. And then we have the other color scheme, which looks pretty good as well. It's very pink, of course. And then her skin, Vengeance, which is basically the classic outfit, but you will notice that it is different. It's not the black one. It's been changed to be purple, as well as add this part on the eye right there. And alongside the outfit, you can get the MVP screen with the butterfly coming up. Then the emote, the nameplate, and the spray. You'll also notice that the skin tone does change quite a bit between the two versions, which I believe this is one of two characters that kind of has a skin tone change depending on the skin. Then we have her default MVP screen, the default emote, then we have her proficiency screen with the spray, the KO prompt, the second KO prompt, which includes the butterflies as well as the shurikens, her avatar. Then we have her nameplate right here. Next is Rocket Racoon. His default outfit looks pretty good. Got the brown design for him here. You got the blue outfit and the orange weapon, which will change the weapon. The Rocky skin, which is just the recolor, changes it to be this gray and green design, as well as his actual fur being a different color. Then we have the Guardians Volume 3 skin, which I will say the head shape I feel like kind of maybe should have been altered a bit, but I don't know if that's a possibility with the game's engine. You'll also notice that the shoes kind of bend a little bit, which is a little weird. I don't know if that's possible for them to bend like that, but it doesn't matter because it looks really good. You'll also see the weapon itself is gray now. Once again, you can get this in the bundle just for this skin and its stuff, or the full Guardians 3 bundle. Then we have his default MVP screen, his Guardians 3 MVP screen, which does include Groot a little bit, just like how Groot's includes Rocket a little bit, his default emote, then his Guardians Volume 3 emote. Then we have his spray. For his proficiency screen, we have the default spray, the KO prompt and the second KO prompt and his avatar right here and his normal nameplate. Next, we have Scarlet Witch. Her default design is this kind of maroon outfit, which I think looks pretty great, honestly. I think that this might be my favorite Scarlet Witch design for anything. Then we have her recolor, which is this gray version, as well as giving her black hair. Looks pretty good. Next, we have her beta skin, which was only available if you played during the beta and unlocked it, and you won't be able to get it in any other way. They did confirm they're not bringing it back, and it is just a recolor of the main one, so not that big of a deal. Then we have her Multiverse of Madness skin, which this is the second one to change the skin tone, which I know people aren't super happy about, but it is just to make it more like the film. You'll also notice the fingers are kind of turning black, as well as the eyes being different and stuff. Then we have her MVP screen for the skin, which might be one of the best MVP screens in the game. Looks pretty insane. Then we have her Timeless Appeal emote with her holding the Darkhold, presumably. Then the nameplate and the spray. Then we have her default MVP screen, her default emote, her spray, her KO prompt, the other KO prompt, which includes a lot more black, and her other avatar, which looks pretty cool. Then we have her default nameplate as well. Next up, we have probably a lot of people's favorite, and that is Spider-Man. Now, his default outfit has been changed a bit from the original announcement and stuff, and I think it looks really good. Overall, very, very nice looking. And we have a alternate color scheme for him, which is Chasm. This is based off of the Chasm design from the comics, everyone's favorite change for a character. It actually looks pretty good in this game. Obviously, it's just a recolor, so it doesn't look the same as the comics, but it still looks very good. Then we have the Scarlet Spider skin, which this is exclusive to PlayStation. You will have to play on PlayStation to get this. And while they are working on cross progression, I would not count on this transferring to Xbox or PC. Overall, looks pretty good as well. And they have changed it to where the colors are more accurate, but I do want to say, you'll notice that on the default Spider-Man skin and that skin, you can see the webbing. The webbing is much more dulled for the Scarlet Spider skin, but on the Chasm skin, there's no webbing. Hopefully they change the Scarlet Spider skin to not have the webbing too, because it really shouldn't have the webbing. Then we have the Bagman Beyond skin, which is right here. Looks pretty great. You can get this in the shop as well, and you'll notice that there's a bit of an Easter egg on his back. You can see the classic Fantastic Four Bagman, because this is the game's version of Bagman. You'll also have this MVP screen right here, which is one of the best for the game. You'll also get to see Peter Parker's face there, which is pretty cool, and it looks pretty nice. You'll also have this Spider Yo-Yo emote. You can see it makes a pendulum at the end. Then the Ultimate Bagman nameplate and spray, which has the classic Fantastic Four outfit on as well. Next up, we have his default MVP screen and his default emote. And you'll notice that the Infinity War Iron Spider, or I guess it's actually labeled as No Way Home skin, is not here. I don't know what that's about. I'm guessing it's coming later on. Then we have his proficiency tab with his spray, his KO, then his other KO, which includes the webs, and his avatar, which that one looks really cool as well. Then we have the normal Spider-Man nameplate as well. Next up is Squirrel Girl. Her default outfit is just this, and it looks pretty good, I'd say, overall. And then we have the Arctic Limit. I don't know how to say that. I'm not even gonna try. But we got this gray version. I think the default version looks a lot better. I just prefer it quite a bit. I do wonder if they'll ever change Tippy Toes colors for any of these. Oh look, they changed Tippy Toes color for this one. But yeah, then we have the Urban Hunter skin. I actually hadn't realized that that was different for this one, but pretty cool looking as well. It also has her name on the back of the jacket here. Then we have her, and this is of course in a bundle, so you do get a MVP screen with it. Pretty unique. Then her emote, her nameplate, and the spray for it as well. Then we have her default MVP screen right here, her default emote, her spray, the KO prompt, the second KO prompt, which includes some acorns being fired, and her avatar. Then we have her nameplate right here. Next up is Star-Lord, and this is honestly my favorite design for Star-Lord in anything, because it just kind of perfectly merges, in my opinion, the MCU design with the comic color scheme, essentially, as well as the comic design just with the emblems and stuff. But I think it looks really, really good. And we also have a red recolor, which is much more like the MCU version overall. And you'll notice that you don't actually have the option to purchase this one, as it is available from the achievements. And we're gonna go over that a little bit right here. If you go over to this top right corner, you'll notice that you can get achievements. And over on the third achievement panel, you can actually unlock 2 separate skins, a Storm one and the Star-Lord one. And I'll go over more of that at the end of the video, but first, let's go over to his other skin, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 skin. Now, of course, like the others, this is available in the Quadruple Guardians bundle, as well as just his own separate bundle. Looks pretty good, pretty close to the film, and you'll notice that since he didn't have the helmet in the film, you get to see his face the whole time, not just when he has the first little intro part. Then we have his default MVP screen, then his We're a Team MVP screen, which is for the Guardians Volume 3 one, of course, which includes Groot. Then we have his default emote with the little spin, and the second emote, which is for the bundle, has him doing his little dance. Then we have his Guardians Volume 3 spray. His default spray is in this tab, of course, like all of them. The KO prompt, the second KO prompt, which includes his shot, and his avatar. We also, of course, have his nameplate right here. Next up is Storm, and her default outfit is the black one. And if you missed the part I just said for some reason, because you're skipping around in the video, her other skin, Ivory Breeze, which is just the white version of this, is only available from the achievements. And if you go over up here to the achievement tabs, it is in the heroic journey, and you can unlock this by completing these different challenges and getting these little stars, which will make progress on this. And you'll get some rewards, including some units, which can be used to purchase the actual costumes for the game, and you will get the skin. Then we have the Mohawk Rock outfit, which looks, I don't love it. I don't actually really love this design, just the comic one in general as well, not just this game. Then we have her MVP screen, which actually does look pretty cool, I will admit. Then we have the emote. Pretty cool. The Mohawk Rock nameplate and the Mohawk Rock spray. Then her default MVP screen, her default emote. Then we have her default spray, her KO prompt, and her other KO prompt, which has the wind, it looks like. Then we have her avatar right here and her nameplate right there. Next up is the Punisher, and his default outfit looks pretty good. You'll notice he has the newer version of the logo, not the original version, due to the kind of controversy with people using it in real life for some stuff that I'm not gonna talk about, but looks pretty good, I will say. I don't love the face paint, but it still looks good. Then we have the camo one, which is pretty unique, of course, and it actually does have a separate pattern based compared to the normal one with this kind of camo design on the pants. Then we have the Thunderbolt skin, which isn't a recolor, but it is considered a rare skin, and that seemingly is because it does not have an MVP screen or anything for it. It's just this red design, and it looks pretty good as well, I will say. Then we have the Punisher 2099 skin, which looks absolutely insane. Really, really love this one. Here is his bundle with the MVP screen. Breaks through a wall here, and then pulls out his ultimate. Then we have his emote, his nameplate, and the spray. And we have his MVP screen by default with the smoke bomb, his default emote, his spray KO prompt, and the second KO prompt with what looks like bullets, and his second avatar, and his default nameplate is right here. Next up is Thor. His default outfit is pretty different from what you'd expect, as, well, main thing is he doesn't have his giant red cape. And I really like this design for Thor, specifically for like an older Thor, but I do really like it. And we also have the Midgard warrior outfit, which does change his hair color to a bit more of a non-platinum blonde look, and the outfit itself is also very different colors. Then we have his Herald of Thunder costume, which also has a similar effect to the Hela one, and you'll notice that on his hammer, I want to get a good close-up shot of that, it actually has the quote on there, whoever holds the hammer, it's actually visible, and this is pretty cool looking overall, you know. And we'll go to his bundle for this. Here is his MVP screen. Looks pretty good. His emote, his nameplate, and the spray. Then we have his default MVP screen right here, his default emote, his sprays right here, the KO prompt is right here, the second KO prompt, which has some lightning, it looks like, his avatar. Then we have his default nameplate as well. Next up is Venom. And first up, we have his default outfit, which pretty much perfect Venom design, I'd say. Looks really good, of course. And then we have the anti-Venom, which is a recolor. And you'll notice that this does not change his ability colors like the next skin we're going to talk about, as it is still black, sadly. Definitely not my favorite skin and not my favorite recolor, mainly because of the eyes. You will notice though that they did put in this effect around the eyes to make it have this black kind of shadow, which is different from the default Venom design. Then we have the Space Knight Venom, which is the Flash Thompson in space version, where he was part of the Guardians, hence the logo right here. And this is a part of a bundle, which we're gonna go to right now. Here is the MVP screen, which includes him opening his mouth and swinging the blade right there. And that's not supposed to happen. Let me replay that. This one might be glitched. There we go. I don't know why it did that the first time. Then we have his emote, Just Spark, his Space Knight nameplate, and spray. Now, his other skin is called Cyan Clash, and this was only available in the beta, and you had to play the beta to actually get this. And it does have special effects on the actual attacks where they are the blue color. So hopefully the anti-Venom one is updated to add that, as it would make it a lot more worth actually getting. Then we have his default MVP screen right here, his default emote, which has the kind of symbiote kind of move around a little. Then we have his proficiency screen with the spray, the default KO, the KO prompt, the second KO prompt, which looks really good, one of the most unique KO prompt. Then his avatar, which includes him roaring. Then we have his default nameplate as well. Next up is Winter Soldier, and his design is pretty good for the game. You'll notice it's got a lot of green in general for it. And his alternate color scheme includes a blue version, essentially. And you'll notice that the arm actually also gets a bit of a different design on it, where it has this kind of outlined glow instead of the default one, which doesn't have the outline really at all. Then we have the Revolution skin, which has a cape included, which, of course, like I mentioned earlier in the video, has physics. And his MVP screen for this skin is this. Sits down on a couch and just kind of chills. Then we have his brand new arm emote, which also, his arm looks really great with this skin, his Revolution nameplate, and his Revolution spray. Then we have his default MVP screen right here, his default emote. Then we have his proficiency screen with this spray, the KO prompt, the second KO prompt, the avatar, looks pretty cool. Then we have his nameplate right here. Now, last but certainly not least is Wolverine, and his default outfit is definitely not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite default outfit in the game, but it looks all right. I do like the jacket. It is pretty cool looking, but I don't know, the shoes and stuff, I don't know. Overall, I just don't love it. But we also have a recolor which is kind of a more normal jacket called Lone Wolf. And it's got a red jacket and black pants and stuff. Pretty nice. Then we have the skin that everyone's been waiting for, the Deadpool and Wolverine skin, which includes his cowl and everything else. And it looks absolutely amazing. And the MVP screen that is included with this in the bundle is called Maximum Effort. And it is the bus scene, essentially, with him jumping out of it at the end, which looks absolutely amazing. Default MVP screen is this one. There you go. Then we have his emote included in the bundle, which is called I Don't Play Nice, which has a bit of Deadpool referencing, of course. Also, you'll notice the background has Deadpool. And the default emote right here. And the spray, which I'm going to say that this is pretty much confirmation Deadpool's coming, because I think this is an interesting spray to include without the second part. And I'm thinking that when Deadpool is eventually added, he will include a spray in this Deadpool movie bundle, which has the other part of the heart, which I think is going to be really cool, probably. And for his proficiency screen, of course, we have his spray, his KO prompt, the second KO prompt, and the avatar. And that is every single character. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you want to see all of the character abilities in the game, you can go watch my other video or watch my other Marvel Rivals videos. Subscribe, like, if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys all next time. Okay, so they just actually added a couple new skins I'm gonna go over really quickly. We've got this Iron Man skin. It's a legendary one like the Hulk one, so it does have a special intro when you click on it. And you can see right there, it has the Infinity Gauntlet. And if you go over to the I Am Iron Man right here, it ends with him snapping. Amazing. And then this emote, which has the time travel thing, and then the chair, the profile nameplate, the spray. Then if we go over to Spider-Man, we have the No Way Home Iron Spider suit, which looks insane. This is also legendary. And if we go over to the MVP screen, it shows up with these two skins, the Chasm and the normal suit, and then Wrong Spell emote, Spider-Man No Way Home nameplate, and the Spider-Man No Way Home spray, which doesn't include the others, sadly. Now, I believe that that's everything. Okay, that is everything. So, bye.